Oh, please, David.
I tell you, it's a new day. It's a Sunday. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. I don't know who is on yet, but in the event that this is recorded and people want to watch it back, I definitely want to start out by saying my name is David Muir, and I am here with my co-host for today, my wifey. Wifey, this is Caren Muir.
Hello.
That's right. Introduce yourself, girl. Introduce yourself.
Hi, this is Caren Muir, board member at Island Space Museum.
That's all. Come on.
But today,
So anyhow, listen, I am thrilled to be on today. Today we're here just talking about a bunch of things, but particularly to share with you what it is to be a member of Island Space Caribbean Museum. And then the bigger picture, well, what is Island Space Caribbean Museum? What are we about? What is our, what do you call it? Our mission? What is it that we are here to do? What is going on? So, because we're not face to face and that you can't speak to me, I need for anyone who's here to drop a comment or question in the chat. It's really, really important for us to get anywhere today for you to definitively give me some feedback. I really need to know.
you're in the room. Who's in the room?
Yeah, who's in the room? Thank you. And I just saw my friend G Cole say that he's willing to join on the call, which is wonderful. So I have to queue him up at some point. I see somebody saying, hey, lovelies. I guess lovely.
Lovely
yes.
eyes.
Lovely eyes. What a good thing we have my wife. All right, Caren. Big up yourself.
Hi, Caren.
Big up yourself. All right. So anyhow, let me not get distracted. We do have a little formula going on, and I do want to just really sort of give you guys a background. What is Island Space? Island Space came to be, and I guess this is where it's good for Khalib, who is running the show in the background. By the way, let me go back first, take a step back. Again, I'm David Muir. Myself and my business partner, Khalib Thompson, we are the co-founders of Island Space. We were doing a lot of business supporting and promoting Caribbean art and artists, chefs, all things Caribbean, because we're both Caribbean. And our business is creative and in the creative world. And so, as someone that was working in this world, we realized that there was a definitive need for something more that was permanent, that was fixed. And so, in our journeys, we ended up starting this initiative. It is not our business. People do not confuse this matter. It doesn't belong to David and Khalib. I'm not an owner of this business. It is owned by our community. It is for the Caribbean community at large. Anyone that's in the diaspora, particularly, but even if you live in Cuba or if you live in, Aruba or Bonaire or any Caribbean space, if you live in Honduras, if you
Your
live in
museum.
yeah, this is your museum. It belongs to all of the people of the Caribbean, no matter where you are. If you're on mainland, South America, mainland, Central America, Caribbean islands, the Bahamas, Atlantis, wherever you are, this is for you. It was created by people who have left the islands, left the Caribbean nations, and live in the United States because we see the benefit of coming together to unite in this way so that we have a bigger voice. Now, having given that sort of intro, Caren, take away the rest. Let me listen to you. No, jokes. But as a co-founder of the institution, that we are a nonprofit, and thank you, Dog Sinhans, for your hello. Big up yourself. All right. But as the people who, yes, thank you, Khalid. If you are joining, say hi in the comments. I love that. That's a great help. So we know who's coming. But also, in addition to saying hi, ask us a question. Say, David, why are you so pretty? Like, how you handsome? And I'll answer any question. It's very important. You ask questions so I can provide answers. But focus back on why we're here. I am really doing this live today with my wife because we are both board members of the Island Space Caribbean Museum. And as a board member, it is definitely my duty. It is part of what I've committed to share what we're doing, what's going on, and to really inform you, the public, our friends, our family, our diaspora family, what we're doing, what is going on, what is it all about. So we really want you to know. But
What's important? What was one of the most memorable things you've done at Island Space Museum, David?
well, you're gone.
Why is
you're
it
gone-
important
You're
to you?
gone deep. Why is it important that most memorable things are? I don't want to talk about our sexual
Okay.
exploits
Oh my
on
God.
camera, baby. Please.
No. Okay,
No,
David.
I'm joking. That's a big bad joke. I'm terrible. I'm very inappropriate for
Yes.
a president. I'm not a good president. They won't vote me out.
Oh my
It's all
God.
good. But on the real tip, though, this is what I would tell you. So I've already talked about the why. The why is that
Mhm.
it was great need. Again, part of what people sometimes misconstrue is that Island Space is not trying to be something specific. It's not trying to be an art gallery like some people, because they see me as an artist, say, "Oh, your art gallery." It's not an art
Mm-mm.
gallery. Yes, we display art as well, but it's a museum of heritage and culture, and we are showcasing artifacts, history, things that represent our what it is to be Caribbean, all the things that build us up, all the stories of all the nations that are shared with us. So if
And
you
to see
have,
our history.
yeah, if you
Beautiful
have,
place to come and see some of the historic uh, pieces that we have from the different Caribbean islands.
yeah, and we don't have everything. We're not. We never started with $10 million in the budget.
Mm.
We are literally building this entirety of what we do by our bootstraps, and so we encourage everyone to join us in building the bootstrap movement. And how you can do that? One way is to support either financially or physically by coming and volunteering. You can also support by telling other people about it. So, for example, if you're watching right now, we're already 7 minutes in, which is crazy.
Mm.
I don't know how to fit all of what is in my mind in with what we consider to be the scripting of this hour that we're here with you. But the goal of how we
Hey, Pompano Beach.
Jody Clark.
Haven't been to the museum, but we'll be bringing family.
Love
Nice.
it,
Love
love it.
that.
But Kelly, I'm going to ask you to pop on screen so that we can let people know too. Not only do we love to see you there, but we want you to know how to become a member. So we should tell you a little bit about what it is to be a member. Caren, from your perspective, what is it to be a member of the Island Space Caribbean Museum?
So, what I love is all the events, all the wonderful programming the museum puts on. And it's always a great place to meet up with friends. My sisters that are a strong force behind the museum. Shout out to the Jamaican women of Florida who are always there, always representing and supporting the museum. So for me, I love the programming. So what are some of the programming we have coming up? Mango Festival. We have that each year. We have the Black Cake Festival or tasting that happens every year. And then every other year we have a gala. And then what we recently had that a lot of people, that's pictures from our Mango Festival from last year, video. What we had most recently, which was amazing, was our reggae genealogy, our third year, right, David?
Yeah, 3 years.
Third year, and that was amazing. So for me, and I know for most people, they love the programming that the museum puts on. It really connects us with each other, connects us with the community, and drives the importance of staying together as a community. So that's what I love.
I love that we get all these videos. Boy,
Yes.
I tell you, we are blessed to be able to share our history through these various presentations. But membership is much more than even coming to events. Membership allows you to have a lot of additional benefits. For example, you can have free admission to the museum. And I don't want to misquote, so let me not say what I think is membership, and let's actually look up and show on the screen what are the details of
Our
membership.
membership.
But it definitely does allow you to have free admission on occasions. It gives you access to discounted tickets for special occasions. It allows you to get specific notification of what's going on. It allows you to really feel that you're participating in preserving your culture and your history, which is to me the greatest aspect of it. So becoming a member, forget what you get back to yourself, but it's about how you feel about giving. And for me, that is what is most important and most critical in all of this is how I feel about myself and how I feel about working to preserve Caribbean history and culture as an individual who has benefited from growing up from that culture. Whether you were born outside of the Caribbean but have parentage or grandparentage from the Caribbean, it is some. Ooh, look at this!
Yeah.
You see membership. Look at these things.
For you,
BOGO
museum
ticket.
entry.
I'm a BOGO fan. Make my wife tell you
Oh
when
my
I go
God.
Publix, only thing
Oh,
I buy is
Bo-
everything that's BOGO.
Everything.
So she give me
Even
a list
if what we
five.
don't need, I'm buying it.
My wife give me a list of 5 things at the supermarket. I come back with 15.
Yes.
10 of which is BOGO. I like BOGO. So if you're like me and you like to get the BOGO on the buy one, get one special, trust me, this is
Yeah.
what you should check out because I didn't even know that. But yeah, I love that. Thank you for sharing that link to get to the membership. So check it out. I'm also really, for real, the BOGO
BOGO.
thing it's a special
Jody
feeling.
Clark, yes.
Yeah, if I know, for example, that something costs $4 and I can get two for $4, that feel good.
Mhm.
Really feel nice. I'm a real, anyway. I come from a scarcity mindset. I grew up not on the richest side of the family, so yeah, we get to enjoy, when things are specially priced. But go ahead, Caren.
So, David,
Mm-hmm.
going back to my question,
Mm-hmm.
what has been one of the most memorable events that happened for you at Island Space in the years that you've been there since co-founding till today?
My wife have holy pop, pokey. I understand where she's going. So we got engaged.
I'm asking a question.
Yeah, we got engaged at the museum. So if I answer anything else, I'm in trouble. So let me just be very clear. We've done many great things at Island Space Caribbean Museum, of which one of the things that I would tell you is my favorite is having a book launch of my most recent book on Jamaica. So I actually have more recent books since that time. But in 2020, I guess in 2021/22, we worked on Jamaica, Pieces of Jamaica, the Jamrock edition, and that was for Jamaica's 60th anniversary of independence. And so, for those of you who know, I author some photographic keepsake coffee table books on Jamaica. And so, we had a book launch at the museum. And as a part of the book launch, surprise to everybody, including Caren, who's beside me, my now wife, who was then at that time my fiance, well, about to be anyway, she never know yet. But so I popped the question in the midst of my book launch at the museum. So yes, that was a very memorable book launch check and engagement check on the same day at Island Space Caribbean Museum. So yes, my dear, that is a very special moment in our lives.
Wonderful, good
So-
answer.
So
the
yeah. So what is your most important or
that is one.
special moment at the museum? Is
That's
there
one.
there's another more special moment at the
Yeah,
museum?
man, there's holy, but that's one. But the most important thing is for people to know that you can bring your event to the museum, right? So David did his book signing there. He decided to make it even more personal and propose at the museum. So just ideas going out there. Anybody want, planning proposal? Not a bad space to do it, but bring your events to the museum as a way of supporting.
But since you mentioned that, Miss Caren, there is an event coming up. So okay, what are your, in your mind, the events that people should be looking out for at Island Space in the coming months? What's the next event that you're looking forward to?
So the next big event is Mango Festival. Now, let's be clear, it is a museum event, but it's too big for the museum, so we're not having it at the museum. It's going to be, look at your screen, Sunday, June 21st at Charles F. Dodge City Center, and that's in the city of Pembroke Pines. So that's going to be an amazing time. So I encourage everybody to try to go to that. Everybody who went last year will be back. I know that. And so now we want everybody who hasn't been to really come out and support and join. There's mango everything, mango soup, mango food, mango drink. We'll have chefs there who are going to be using mango as a part of their displays and creating good food. So a lot of really good things. You'll even have the ability this year, for the first time, to do pre-orders. So who want a dozen Julie or
East Indian people
East Indian? You can order your East Indian mango ahead, and it will be there ready for you to just pick up and go. So that is new for this year. So tune in for information on that.
And for those people who love special mango, that hard to find in Florida, like say you want your what them call Bombay, or some people call it Cotterone. If you want your Cotterone, or if you want your Blackie, or your Heary, or your number 11, any mango you love, trust me, you should. Wait, it was on Caren alone? Anyway, I take over Caren screen time. Anyway, so if you know the mangoes that you love, put it in. And it's not just Jamaican mangoes alone. If you're from Haiti and you love your Haitian mango, you can order your Haitian mangoes. I don't know them name. Them just pretty. Them red and orange. So there's some hey done parchment. Glad to see you, my friend. Glad to see you.
So let's do a little shout out. We have people joining who are messaging us. So Jeanette, thanks for joining. Yes, I'm gonna send you the link for Mango Festival so you can share it. Thank you so much. Sharon Hines, Ginger, welcome. Sharon Hines, I think you're on. You need to message me in the chat, not on the phone. So message me and say, hey, who else is joining? Anybody else want to shout out? Who that?
You know, Sister Deidre.
Oh, Deidre.
Go on, Deidre. Welcome.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I know I get to talk?
Yes.
Oh, I'm glad when my wife give me permission to talk. My phone locked me out though, so I try forgetting my phone.
You don't need your phone to
No,
talk.
Mama, I need my phone because what I want to tell people about what's coming up is beyond the Mango Festival. Before the Mango Festival, they have a Diaspora Day coming
That's
up.
right.
I believe it's going to be April 9th.
9th.
Yes, so April 9th.
And there's some Mango Festival info, everybody.
Yes, Mango Festival info on your screen. But coming up as well, so we can come back to Mango Festival dialogue, but there's an event coming up April 9th that I'm excited about. It's not a museum produced event. It's another entity that's producing the event, and it's occurring at the museum April 9th. If we can get the QR code for that, it would be wonderful on screen. But the people who are hosting it, because they're encouraging people who are business owners of the Caribbean community and the people who are the movers and shakers of the Caribbean community to come out, it would be wonderful
There's
if
the
you
link.
are able to. I don't see it.
Well, information.
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
See, yeah.
Yeah.
VPB.1/Miami. So that event, if you go to that site, see there, the future is ours to build.
Yeah.
That event is allowing you, by that link, to apply. It's no charge to come. It's free. But you have to apply to qualify. So you have to give your credentials. How are you? Where are you from? Which island you represent? Whether you're representing, Trinidad or Bahamas or Curacao or, wherever you're coming from.
So Cuba. You think our new diaspora representative will be there?
I would hope Janice can make it. Why not? She certainly should qualify.
Janice McIntosh, congratulations on your nomination for that role. We had at least two great candidates.
Yeah, 'cause one of them is on
And the
watching
other
us
one is
right now.
on. So thank you.
Yeah, but again, let's just focus in on what it is again that is coming up. We do a lot of events, and I do believe Caren mentioned, we don't need to show it again, but she mentioned Reggae Genealogy, which is a very important event. And then, of course, you mentioned the Mango Festival, which is coming up on Father's Day. That's like the next major
Major
event
event.
produced by Island Space Caribbean Museum ourselves. This year, as it was last year, it is too large to keep inside of our space. So we really only hold about 300 people in the museum. So Mango Festival last year got about 1,000 or maybe 900 to 1,000 people. So it cannot hold inside of our museum until we get our new home, which we have to build towards, and we are already working on. But in the meantime, this year Mango Festival will be at the Charles Dodge. Now, moving beyond that, we do a few other events that are larger than holding in the museum. One of which we mentioned was Reggae Genealogy. Another one which is coming up after Mango Festival is
The Black Cake
and Rum Cake Festival.
Rum Cake
So
Festival.
every year we have a Black Cake and Rum Cake Festival. It's not produced only by the museum. We actually do it in partnership. But again, it has outgrown our space. The first couple of
Absolutely.
years it was inside the museum.
And it was packed.
And then so last year we had it at a park. I don't know if we're doing it at the same park this year, but just so you know, the Rum Cake / Black Cake Festival occurs every year annually
November.
yes, boss, in November, right before the best month of the year. So we set it up November.
It's after the best month, baby. You got it wrong.
Yeah, but every year everything come after December, so the whole New Year run straight after December. So Rum Cake and Black Cake Festival is in November, right before the best month of every year.
Whatever. Okay.
So anyhow, my wife born in the second best month of the year,
The
October.
first, but he keeps forgetting. So
Fun fact: my father and my wife born on the same day, so it's a very special day. And then my son born in the month too. So it's a lot of special people. Go ahead. What you was going to tell us?
So talk about facts. Want to hear a fun fact? I'm
Please.
reading this from Wikipedia. Anybody know Wikipedia? This small little
But Wikipedia, is
publication.
it accurate?
Yeah.
Can we depend on it?
I
All right,
think
give us
so.
a fact. Give us a fact.
It says Island Space Caribbean Museum is the first and only brick and mortar pan Caribbean heritage museum in the United States. Facts. So
Okay, I like that clarification about in the United States. I would argue in the world, but I guess Wikipedia is hedging their bets.
That's right.
Yes,
Currently located in the Broward Mall, hoping to move, currently located at the Broward Mall in Plantation, Florida. The facility opened its doors in November 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic. It is operated by the Florida-based 501c3 nonprofit organization, Island Society for the Promotion of Artistic and Cultural Education, or Island Space. So, some fun facts. Check it out in Wikipedia.
Cool.
So, who do we have online? Anybody else want to say hi?
Yeah, let's get those highs.
Here's some membership information. Thank you for sharing. But we're not seeing nobody saying hello. All right, Mitch McLean. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Muir. Hello, Miss Michelle McLean. Welcome. Always, forever. Hey, Ginger. These are my second favorite place to hang out. I was just about to say, these two ladies are what you call ultimate Island Space Museum volunteers. They are always, hey, mortgage shopper. Do I know who that
is? You can't know everybody by their name and online name.
Hey, listen, somebody asking for the membership link. Put it up again, please. Somebody from New York want to be a member. So those ladies, Michelle McLean, Ginger, whole heap of them are what you call the ultimate museum volunteers. They show up every single time we have an event. They're always there to support, always there to help. So I can't
I'm going to stop
not
you to
not
disagree.
mention
I'm going to stop you to disagree because, especially the ones you're
especially.
talking about,
Uh,
especially, they don't just show up at the event. They work on the planning for months in
hello.
advance.
Yes.
Hello, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Especially the one named Ginger,
Yes.
who organized all the
The
volunteers for
volunteers.
the event. I
Yes.
know she take on another role coming for Manga Festival.
Yes.
Hello. And of course, you know Mitch. We got a special love for Mitch McLean. And I'm being very bad. Her name is Michelle. But it's
Hey,
okay.
Marva. Okay, I was
Oh,
trying to figure out. Welcome, Marva.
I love it. Mitch McLean is obviously somebody who does a lot of volunteers in this museum,
Yes.
and we're very
Very
appreciative.
happy. From the day
Definitely.
of conception. That's true. Very true,
Yeah.
Michelle. And so that is just an example of another way that you can support the museum is by volunteering. We're a 501c, and so we don't have deep pockets. In fact, we're broke. So volunteering is another way that you can help. Salima, hi, welcome.
So listen, I know Salima from Jamaica days, so we have to big up Salima. Salima, as we would say,
How do
Miss
you choose your
Chinku.
exhibit program?
I love that
Kareen
question,
has a question
Kareen.
for you,
Of
David.
course. So we actually have a staff member at the museum. Her name is Stephanie, and she's the one who sort of runs the exhibition programs and the events. So you could definitely call Island Space and speak with Stephanie. Obviously, we have other staff. She's not the only person, so you could speak
But
with
she's a
the
primary.
executive director, Khalib Thompson. You could speak with the museum manager,
Mandy.
Mandy. However, specifically when it comes to exhibitions and programs and events, Stephanie is a person who mostly handles that. And I would tell you that, honestly, you can call or you can email. I mean, I believe the right email is museum@islandspacefl.org. So let me say that slowly. I believe, Khalid, we can put the right and correct email address, but I think the safe way to get any communication about programs and events is to email museum at islandspacefl.org. I believe that's a safe way to get your information communication started to host an event or to get your art exhibited or to do any sort of programming related activity at Island Space Caribbean Museum. So that was a great question.
Thank you, Kareen. So I'm asking, any sisters in the room? Where is J Wolf today? Me not see nobody from J Wolf saying hello. Anyway, them quiet, maybe. We'll see. Oh, I know what, them tired from yesterday. Is there another upcoming fireside chat at the museum? Always.
That I love that, Mitch, because honestly, we're in the midst of planning one right now, and I can't give it away because it's not 100% firmed up. But there is to be a fireside chat. But I think we're going to change it from fireside. I think we'll call it veranda conversation or something like that, or on the porch. There might be a different name, but yes, our fireside / on the porch / veranda chat, whatever it's going to be called. There is one coming up with 2 or 3 pretty famous Jamaican celebrities in the near future. I believe, if my mind is right, April 19th. No, that's a different day. Maybe April 18th. So somewhere in that space. But let me not guess.
Right, you don't have it yet.
You'll get the promo coming up. Actually, that's another great reason to go to islandspacefl.org and sign up.
Yeah.
Get on the newsletter chain. Get to be a member and get to know all of the activities that are coming up. Even if you're not a member, you should at least be signed up. But there's another thing you can do. If you don't want to be a member and you don't want to, as we would do, give, I know Kelly did when I said $20 a month, give $100 a month to your cultural tithe. You could also just give one time. You don't have to give recurring. Recurring is what? Yes, there
we go. Zelle always work.
Right? But I 100% wholeheartedly believe that the best way, and again, from it started, I was doing at $25 a month. It is so insignificant to me personally to give up $25 every month, but it's so impactful
To the
because it
museum.
helps the museum. Imagine if we have 100,000 people
Giving
giving $25 a
a
month.
month. We can
Do I need to
actually
say more?
we can keep the doors open a little longer.
Yeah, but so it is really important. As I say, each one teach one, each one tell one. If each of us give 25, or if listen, if 50 is comfortable for you, do 50 a month. But for me, 25 a month don't hurt me. And I'm saying, yeah, give 25 a month and it will help us. It will go such a long way. People don't recognize how just giving a small amount consistently can make such a tremendous difference.
So can we put come into the stage? Woo, before our honored guest, G Cole. Just checking. Sharon, did you get the link for membership? We love that you're in New York and you're becoming a member so that when you come down to vacation, you come in straight to the museum. Thank you, Sharon. There it is. Thanks again for sharing. So come into the stage.
In the studio.
Hey, G
It
Cole.
never ends. How you doing? How you doing, gentle
So,
people?
we're doing fabulous. G Cole, I have to take you to task. Man, Sharon, listen, for those who don't know, G Cole is, first of all, an original member, singer of Raps and Kush Band. So that is how I know and love G Cole first and foremost. However, not only is G Cole a brethren and a true brethren, he is a consistent volunteer at Island Space.
Absolutely.
He has been an integral part of our reggae genealogy program. He has been our scriptwriter. He has been our, I mean, he has been our onstage personality. He did our fireside chat just recently at, Reggae Genealogy. G Code, just tell us from your perspective, what is it like? What does Island Space mean to you? Not Reggae Genealogy, but just the museum as a whole. How do you feel about it?
Well, firstly, I'll start by saying thank you all for having me in your lovely home. And
welcome.
It is a pleasure. When we talk about Island Space, it takes me back to I'm an immigrant, right? I am from Jamaica. And as I'm a member of the diaspora, and as I speak to people near and far, our people are all across the globe. But we don't always have something to call ours. We don't always have a footprint. You know what I mean? Sometimes I guess we marginalize what a footprint is. History is something that we are proud of, but a lot of times we don't have something to point to say our history. And I say Caribbean because I don't want it to relegate to just Jamaica, right? A lot of the voices and accents you hear a lot will be Jamaican, just so happens to be that way. But the museum represents the Caribbean. So not only does it give me as an immigrant a footprint, something to be proud of, but I find it to be somewhat a glue to the Caribbean, right? We are one Caribbean, but unfortunately we can seem a little fragmented, a little segmented. Whenever things come out, it's either it's a Trinity thing, it's a Jamaica thing, it's a Haiti, whatever. This is one of the few instances where we rep the Caribbean. You walk in through those doors, and there's something for every island to be proud of. Festivals come to town and I can tell people, say, yeah, man, go check out that and such an artist will be on the stage. But if you miss that one, you miss that one. With Island Space, if you can't go Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, you can go that day. And the footprint of the museum is everywhere from all the stuff. The Mango Festival, we talk about Reggae Genealogy, which is a curated show like no other. Sometimes we go to shows for entertainment and we leave with just that, the entertainment. With the Reggae Genealogy, we leave with some education, some enlightenment, and as well as the entertainment factor is always top notch. So I can't say enough about Island Space. And maybe because of what Island Space is, its prehensibility kind of draws in the good folks, because everybody that I encounter at Island Space, are the good folks. They come like there's a filter. I don't know if I'm gonna filter them out and say, something you and come. But everybody that I encounter are the good folks. You will always have a pleasant face, a pleasant smile, and somebody that is gonna make you feel warm. So I am proud beyond words to have any form of affiliation with you folks and, of course, Island Space Caribbean Museum.
Bingo. So G, before you go, I just want one more little thing. That was excellent. I couldn't have paid you better.
And Gregor called,
But
the one time you sing at the museum.
Thank you. By the way, yes, when I proposed to Caren at the museum, G Cole did me a huge favor. Thank you, G Cole, for that. That was amazing. But I do want to ask you this. I think it's a very important question, very serious at this time. I see that you were recently traveling, G, and I don't know what happened, but your wife wasn't appearing in the video, and I'm trying to get that sense.
You're breaking up badly over here, and I don't know.
No, I'm wondering, G, is there a rift? Is there something going on? Why is it that your wife is not appearing in your videos across the world?
Well, I tell you this, and I don't know if you encounter this, but it's my wife and the cameras, they don't get along, right? So it's a scenario where, in her opinion, as far as she's concerned,
the same thing, Jico.
there's some form of allergy to the cameras, and for some reason she calls it my appendage, right? So pretty much it's like anywhere I am, because I'm always in documentation mode, right? And I'm like, I see something beautiful and whatever, and she's like, "Can you soak in the moment?" And I'm like, I am soaking in the moment, right?
On
Because,
camera.
yeah, well, the thing is, you see, for me, because don't get me wrong in this, the camera something there, when I am on the receiving end of it, it's annoying. Like when I'm on stage performing, I have literally had to come up to somebody in front of the camera like this, right? And be like, just put the camera down, soak the moment in. But at the same time, you don't know their purpose.
Yeah.
And later on, when that footage comes back up, it's a good thing. Sometimes you're trying to find them. Yo, you can't send me that footage.
Thank
but
you.
I'm an old man, David. My memory ain't that great. I'm gonna need these footages to go back to. But for the most
It's all good, brother. Listen, G-Code, thank you so much for joining. I'll leave you with one last question. Give me one not reggae genealogy, one other thing memorable that has occurred for you at Island Space. What was either first experience, last experience, something that just felt good for you?
This is gonna sound simple, cliche, and everything. Walking through the doors, because here, I've been to the museums in DC. I've been to the museum downtown Fort Lauderdale, and they capture such broad things. You know what I mean? From science to art to all those things. And when I'm in DC, I can see the history, African American history. I can see the history of aviation. I can see a whole bunch of things. But that was the first time I walked into a museum, and I saw me and my people.
Yes,
and
very true.
So I can't even. There's so many fantastic things and people have encountered. But
that's so good, right? That's beautiful, my brother.
That was
Thank you, G.
Thanks, G.
Thank you for joining us.
Tell you better have hey for me.
Will do. You guys have a good one, all right?
I don't know you're going around the world. I'm gonna see her. Later, G.
Yeah, man. Blessings and love. Yep.
Yeah. So, back to the message at hand. Listen, membership is critical, but I love what G. Cole just shared, which is that just stepping into the museum, if you haven't been yet, you need to, even if you live in Alaska, plan your trip, come and visit the museum, come and see that this is for us, by us. This is literally our history and culture on display by us.
Yep.
So, for those people who look at me and say, boy, he was a white Jamaican, At the end of the day, I am a Jamaican. I ain't white, but some people see me that way. That's why I put on a beige shirt to show you that not even the beige shirt. If I was a white shirt, you would have seen the difference, right? But anyhow, again, critical. Listen, I think that it would be great if everyone who is on our call today were to simply commit to becoming a member. Here's a link, islandspacefl.org/membership.
So I have a question.
Shoot.
Is there a membership fee to become a member?
That's a great question. That's why we have the link to guide them. So it is not a fee as per se. Your fee is $50 a year to be a member. Sure, you can do that.
Right.
But what we're really asking is for a cultural tithe. Something where you're giving like you would give in church, like you would give to something that is meaningful to you. So we want people to give more than just to say I'm giving $50 a year, to give an amount every month that shows that you support this movement for us to tell the history of our culture.
Yes,
Now,
Sharon, a contribution, a small contribution that we really appreciate to the museum to help keep the doors open. Facts, right? If you want to be able to walk in that door and see the museum or participate in any of the great programming we talked about, we need the funds. Other than that, we could close. So it's facts.
all right. So the question then is at 3:40, we're turned the corner. We've gone 40 minutes in this live already. Is it time for entertainment? No?
You dancing?
Oh, I thought I was gonna change.
No.
No? All right. So oh, I like that, Kelly. You take me off camera. I like that. That's how they do to the naughty people. They say no more showing of him.
So, do we have anybody online that wants to just say a word in terms of what volunteering, for example, at the museum means to them and why they volunteer? So, I know we have a couple of our steadfast volunteers online. So anybody want to throw something in the chat to say why you volunteer? Why do you contribute so much of your time, which we love and appreciate, but why?
It's just a pause moment where we wait for the comments on the screen.
Well, hopefully somebody answers soon, but go on talk.
No, I do. Yeah, I like this. I like that, Miss McLean. As a member, is your name displayed on a plaque on the museum's well-known wall?
Wow.
So not every member gets their name displayed, Michelle. So I do thank you for asking that question.
Yeah.
We do have people who have donated a certain level who is definitely on the wall. And it's not a high level. Our threshold has always been $500. If you give $500 or more, then you are displayed on the wall. Now, I do act as board president, but I don't work at a museum day to day. So that might have been changed. Maybe it's now 5,000. I need to verify. But I will tell you that historically, it has been a $500 threshold to get your name on a plaque. Now, Ginger, see there? I was going to say, so Ginger's name on the walls, I was asking if it's 500 or more she gave.
500.
I think Ginger gave 50,000. Where is it, Ginger? What was your donation about? You don't have to share. You don't have to share. But, again, for clarity, those who give 500 and above, I'll tell you, one of my great friends of the museum is Andrea Dixon. Andrea Dixon not only has given to the museum on numerous occasions, she's always advocating for others to get their name on the wall. She'd call me up in the middle of the day, David, you know what, you can give you a donation and get their name on the wall? And then just here's your number. I'm texting your number. Call them and see if they can give you the 500 and we'll put them on the wall. So there are people who that's all they want to do is just get people's name on the wall. Apparently, we still have space at the $500 level.
We sure do.
So if you want to get your name, which shows that you are a significant contributor to this place of history for the Caribbean, you can make that $500 donation or more. For some people, I'll tell you honestly, when we started the museum, the very, very first time we were seeking funds, I was on a charge. I was asking everybody to give $20. Just give $20. That's all I asked. And somebody I asked $20 gave 1,000. And it blew me away. I was like, what? They gave 1,000. I asked them for 20 because they had it and they could afford it. So if we
Salima, great question.
Salima, your love can get you on the wall. Send me that picture that you have. It looks like that would be great to place on the wall, right beside all the other plaques. But at least, Salima, I know you've been a volunteer. And again, thank you, Salima, for the time you volunteered. I really appreciate all of our volunteers. But I do, all right. So I think G-Co sent me a message I think I need to share. I think there's an issue with the Facebook link, but I want to finish with you, Salima, first. Salima, genuinely, if you can not give 500 at this time, it's very understandable. What you can do is, again, do the small donation. You could give a one-time donation of 50, or you could go and sign up and say, hey, let's do $20 a month for the rest of the year, or something like that. And that is going to be great. And we can get you to be a wonderful contributing member. Now, again, I don't have the information, but somebody just actually, G Cole, who was just on with us, text me to say that there's an issue with the Facebook link.
I'm checking
So
it
anybody
out.
who is aware that Facebook is having an issue, please encourage everybody to just go to the YouTube link or the Instagram link. So I know it's both on YouTube and it's on Instagram Live right now. So check us out there, and you can be continuously a part of this live. We have 15 minutes left. So at this point, I really just want to focus on, for the next few minutes, getting us some membership. And when I say focus on getting some membership, you've heard all about the museum. You even heard from G Code. You heard from Mrs. Muir. You heard from Mr. Muir. I know at some point we're going to get our executive director pop in the last few minutes to give a few words. But I think your time to speak is right now.
Yep.
So by speaking, what I mean is give us a donation. Go to islandspacefl.org/membership, and at that place you can go ahead and make your cultural tithe. Make that pledge, whatever it is amount that's going to be comfortable for you. It could be 20, it could be 25, it could be 50. Whatever it is that would work for you, that, oh my gosh. What are some of the challenges?
Caren.
Oh my gosh. Where shall I start? Because, I'm so glad you asked, Caren. We would love to see other people or either partner with us or on their own start Caribbean museums in London or in China or in South America, wherever it is. That's great. But in running our museum, I think some of the greatest challenging has been finances.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
definitely one of the greatest ones.
Biggest.
But tied to that has been things like relevance. So because we're in America, not everybody that's American wants to celebrate other cultures.
Caribbean.
And so the Caribbean culture is one of those such things. So unless we find enough Caribbean people to support what we're doing in this initiative, then it becomes more challenging, because someone whose family comes from Italy, or somebody whose family comes from let's just say London, they don't see the relevance in promoting Caribbean culture in the same way. Not all, some do, but enough don't. That's a challenge. Next challenge, I think, is is things like staffing. So we do not have a large staff. We literally at this point really only have 3 full-time staff. That's a small amount of people to run.
So all the programming that we have.
So getting enough volunteers is also a major challenge. So we need more volunteers.
Just like you, Caren.
Right,
thank you for what you do.
Thank you for volunteering, Caren. But without enough volunteers, the programming cannot continue. We literally, because we can't afford to hire more full-time staff because the budget just isn't there. So just having those 3 main staff right now, and we're really supposed to have at least 4, but we're managing with 3 just temporarily right now. Another thing is, I would say facilities tends to be a problem overall, but I don't want to spend any more time focusing on negatives. But just to answer your question, to give some sort of transparency, we're also looking for our next great home. And so it's really important that as we search for the next place, we're not running away from our start in City of Plantation. We love it there. We also love being at the Broward Mall. It has been great to us. But the reality is that nothing...
We've outgrown it.
Right. Nothing is forever with us because we have outgrown the space, 1. And 2, there's other long-term planning that you have to do. You can't, without your own brick and mortar space that you own, plan to be in anyone else's space forever, because the truth is the mall gets sold or somebody changes management and then they don't have the space for us. I like that, Michelle. Thank you for sharing your reasons to volunteer.
So Michelle says,
the reason,
yes.
All right.
The reason I volunteer is that living here in America, not traveling to Jamaica as much, It gives me the chance to connect with my culture, my country, and our people. Volunteering is a breath of fresh air. It allows me to do something different in South Florida, meet people like me who love the history of our country as well as other countries, and engage with the museum's mission. It's about believing in the museum and hearing all the amazing stories it has to share.
All right.
Well said,
Big
Michelle.
up, Michelle.
Yes,
Big
thank you.
up.
So, can I just add briefly, David? We think these little vibe chill session like we're having today with my husband and me, we're gonna do it monthly. Not us, but for example, next month, April 29th, we're gonna have Christina, one of our other board members, and drum roll, Miss Ginger, joining us for our Sunday afternoon vibe. There they are.
Oh, not the 29th, the 26th.
26. Oops. All right. Sunday, April 26th, same time, same place. You'll have Christina, one of our board members, and Miss Ginger. Everybody know Ginger.
Mm-hmm. Ginger, super volunteer and community member. I mean,
activist.
Woo, activist. I like that.
Yes.
I love it. I was a community influencer.
All right.
Ginger.
Can you mention that our boat is a hit? All right, let's talk about that.
So listen, so at the Winterfest Boat Parade in Fort Lauderdale, they invited Island Space to get a little, exposure. So of course, the team at the museum, including Ginger and all the folks who volunteered, them decorate the heck up out of the boat, and then of course we had our selector on there with the music.
Jamming down the water.
DJ King Mega was there jamming the music. So I think we won an award for best music, best vibes, best look. So yes, Boat Parade was amazing, but there definitely is, watch out, somebody never charge them battery. Karen's what do I say this best? Karen's
that's right. We can always use yours.
We can lean in. I like that. But no, thanks also for sharing on screen, Khalib, that what this is showing scenes in the museum, our music section, our culture section, people walking tours. Look at us sharing history and so on. So this is really, really important that we that's our early beginnings when we were out at festivals, when we were traveling museum. This has been going on for years. Even before the museum opened 5.5 years ago, Khalib and I were literally going around from one location to another and setting up, these what they call traveling museum exhibits.
Pop-ups.
Pop-ups. And that was exceptional. And look how we've grown. Look at all the types of programming. So this is great. B-roll sharing on screen the different forums, people talking.
Let's not forget the Consul General's series of event chats that they have at the museum, which is always very informative with surprisingly great guests from all over. And these are from other, not only Jamaican, but other countries also promote their series, have their series at the museum.
Yeah. But I gotta also give a big shout out and love to behind the scenes, our executive director and my business partner and the co-founder of Island Space Caribbean Museum, Miss Khalid Thompson. She is running all of this footage and sharing.
Along with Mandy.
Oh, Mandy working today as well? I didn't
sure
realize. I thought this was Khalid doing it. Look at Camille.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is really awesome that we have all of this, right? When we used to do the pop-ups, that was so fun. We used to get patties from, what your friend restaurant name now? The
Golden Grove?
No, man. Right there at the corner of commercial.
Chris.
What name again?
I remember.
Butterflakes, man. We used to get them butterflakes patties and give away.
Hi, Aaron. Is that Aaron?
I thought it was Julie.
Oh, maybe it's Julie. Julie.
Yeah.
Hi, Julie.
We used to do the butterflakes miniature patties. Those were a lot of fun. But so listen, I think we've all heard all of what we have to share. I do think that, again, it is really important that everybody understand that we must understand the message that we're giving. This is about the love we have for our culture. And the only reason we're here taking our Sunday to spend time sharing with you guys in this way is because we genuinely love all that Island Space stands for. And we are asking you to join. Funny enough, I saw Mayor Sartel, who I just saw there as well last night. But really, there's G Code in that picture too. But yeah, just listen. What we're asking is for you to feel the passion that we have for our culture and to get involved. Get involved by becoming a member or becoming a donor or becoming a volunteer.
Yes.
But today is about trying to build our membership. So if you can commit to a membership, that would be spectacular. And we want you not just to do it, but to do it today. So please commit to us. If you're listening, it's 5 minutes up to the hour. I've talked out all that I think I can give to you today. I would like for everyone to be sure that you are giving something that shows that this is meaningful to you as well. This is really deeply meaningful to me, and I would like for you to match that by giving something. I've given tons of hours and tons of my personal resources and time and money to keep this going, and I'm asking you to do a small part similarly. So please, if you can, now would be a great time to take the action. Use the link islandspacefl.org/membership and make your commitment today. Miss Caren.
So I want to thank everybody for joining us. Not sure how many we had joined, but we saw quite a few shout outs. So thank you. Thank you for just hanging out with us for an hour. This is what we do on a Sunday, just hang out, right? So thank you for joining, and most importantly, thank you for your donation. Thank you for becoming members and continuing to support the museum. We want the museum to thrive. We want the museum to continue to grow. But the honest truth is we need you and everybody to help us to do that. So thank you.
All right, well, shall we wrap up like that?
Yes.
Miss Khalib, I think it's your time. Let's not forget, we have another Link Up Live coming a month from now. We're doing one every month with different board members and other guests and people who are deeply supportive of the museum. With those two ladies, Christine and Ginger, I know that next month is going to be a bumper audience and a bumper turnout. So I look forward to joining live myself and supporting. But here we are, Mango Festival
again. Can't wait for those mangoes.
Father's Day, June 21st. It's going to be a happy Father's Day for this father.
So you can tell them about the King Corner. Them having a little corner for the fathers. They're going to be treated like a king at Mango Festival.
I don't need to wait for Father's Day to be treated like a king.
True.
I just want to wait for Father's Day to come eat them mangoes that are coming in for this festival. That is my goal. But listen, Khalib, your time is here and it's 2 minutes to the hour.
Come on, join.
If you're joining, now you have to join.
Island Space is the only museum dedicated exclusively to the Caribbean experience. Island Space is not just about artifacts, it is about voices, journeys, and identity. Love that.
I'm a friend, Dan Patch.
Dan, welcome.
So Dan called me earlier today. Dan says, David, I'm coming to take pictures. I said, Dan, we're doing it live. We're not doing it in the museum. So for anybody who went to the museum to watch us live, I'm sorry. I apologize. It didn't may not have been clear enough that this was a live broadcast from the couch.
Thank you, Sharon, for joining. Glad you enjoyed it. And I know you're far away and I know your heart is with us. And I appreciate that. So thank you. All right. I guess Khalib not joining.
I guess not, because we have 20 seconds leave and I don't see Khalib yet. Miss Khalib, you don't get camera ready. You're camera shy.
You're always camera ready, Khalib. Come on.
All right.
Maybe
it was misunderstood on our
All right.
part. I thought Khalib was joining us.
Thank you.
Oh, love that. Yeah, love that. Everybody can
Thank you, Caren, for participating. Thanks for your questions. We love what you do for us, so thank you. All right, peace out. The Muirs are out, and hopefully a lot of you joined. Hopefully a lot of you donated, so thank you. All right, David.
Here's the Caribou stuff.
Karen, talk a little about tonight. Hello, miss. It's 4 o'clock.
After the hour finish.
Next week. Next month. Take it on next month. I'll give that one to you next month, Ginger.